Chris Lucas says Adventists are ridiculous, like not understanding the word after in Daniel 9 and or evenings and mornings are days. Well, let's review, shall we?
Not enough. This is the link is in the description. This is not enough. This is, well, you can check it out for yourself, but I can't verify all this with citation, but this is a study from Larry Wilson. He's not a Seventh-day Adventist, and he does not believe like Seventh-day Adventists. So every student of prophecy wrestles with the meaning of Daniel's vision as it's described in Daniel 8. No, silly. It's Antiochus, hands down. Everybody knows that. Oh, okay. Daniel 8 is a difficult chapter to interpret, and several obstacles can thwart the intended meaning. The Bible students' presuppositions and the quirks of the Hebrew language make the content and concepts presented in Daniel 8 problematic. Even worse, some comments found in Daniel 8 appear on the surface to be disconnected from the main elements of the vision: the ram, goat, and horn power. Admittedly, Daniel 8 is a difficult prophecy, yet I find this vision to be a critical piece of the apocalyptic prophecy puzzle. The information revealed in Daniel 8 provides the key that connects several prophecies. In fact, without Daniel 8's contribution, certain mysteries within Daniel and Revelation would be impossible to solve. Now here's the key part regarding the Adventist interpretive method. After reviewing 66 prominent scholars who wrote explanations on prophecy between the years of AD 430 to 1781, it is interesting that few expositors say anything at all about Daniel 8. Among these expositors, no consensus on the meaning of Daniel 8 exists, especially the 2300 days mentioned in verse 14. Notice how their conclusions, written over a period of 1351 years, are summarized. 1. 2300 days represent years. 21 writers out of 66. Christian writers from 430 AD to 1781. 21 writers said that days represent years, so that's the Adventist view. Adventists go with this principle. Okay. They were literal days. 3 writers said they were literal days. 2300 days reach to the end of the world. 6 writers said that. I think more of them should have said that, because the time of the end idea is where they're getting that from, probably. Okay, so who said they represent half, because it's evening and morning? So the 2300 days are actually half days. So 1150 24-hour days. That's Chris Lucas's view. One person out of 66 over 1300 years, one person said that. Probably someone who didn't know Hebrew very well. Adventist view would be 21 out of 66 said the days represent years. Okay. 1 out of 66 said that. No comment. 35 of the 66. So guess what? 35 of these 66 people that wrote about prophecy in those years. For this survey, so this guy's saying, purposely I selected writers who wrote before the beginning of the 19th century, when Baptist evangelist William Miller and many others born in Europe and the United States began teaching that the 2300 days would end in the 19th century. So nobody surveyed was an Adventist or a proto-Adventist in this survey. Out of the 66, 35 gave an interpretation of the 2300. 21 of them agree with Adventist interpretation. 1 of them would agree with 1150 literal days. So very little has actually been written about it, period. Okay, so there you have it. The vast majority on the Adventist side Who else thinks they're years? Almost nobody except for the Seventh-day Adventists. So who's the weird making stuff up cult? I don't know. You tell me.
So Chris Lucas, out of the 66 surveyed on prophecy teachers throughout Christian history, 1 out of 35 held Chris Lucas's view that they're 1150 days. That's 3%. 60% plus 63% or so agreed with Adventists that they're years. We just don't understand the Bible, but Chris Lucas does. Womp, womp, womp.